for Galaxy 4 is the TARDIS materializes on a dead planet. Oxygen is fine, but the planet appears to be dying. A knee-high robot, Vicky nicknames it a Chumley, holds them prisoner. A group of female aliens called Dravins save them and tell them the planet is to explode, and they need a ship that the rival alien race, called the Rills, have to escape. The TARDIS crew agree to help, but more is going on than meets the eye. This serial is not available as a whole on home video by itself. I viewed a condensed version that is a bonus feature on the DVD of the Aztecs. I didn't review this story when I watched and reviewed the Aztecs because I want to try and watch these serials in order. Missing serials that are not viewable I read about on Wikipedia. The only episode that can be seen as a whole in this serial is episode 3. The rest of the serial is filled with a quick fan recording of the opening via a mute camcorder recording, fan audio recordings of the serial, and photos from the serial. What I saw and heard was actually pretty good. The story was well-rounded, and made you wonder who really were the villains until in the middle of the story. At first you accept one group, but remain skeptical until later when we get more information about both groups. The sets were not on the flimsy side, but looked really desolate and dead and made the planet look desolate, and the designs of both the Rill ship and the Dravins' wrecked ship were well done. The Rill's ship looked great, and it looked like the designers were experimenting with glass or plastic and trying something new that gave the Rill ship a distinct look. The Rills themselves were obviously people in large rubber suits, but the look of them was good for the time. The Chumleys were obviously a knockoff of the Daleks, but to me were unique and more advanced design. The Chumleys were basically a series of semi-metal domes placed on top of each other with a little space in between. And the domes would collapse on top of each other for defense and could do more, and the Chumleys themselves could do more than any Dalek could in the sense of picking up objects, operating things, and battle. The Daleks are great in battle, but can't really do much with their plungers. I'm not saying the Daleks are bad, they're great and sometimes scary, but it's just the Chumleys, in this only episode we see them in, are actually quite good. In this serial, we see Vicky becoming a diplomat when talking to the Rills and seeing who the real enemies are. We also see Stephen act on his own and fight to escape imprisonment and almost get killed. Like I said in the previous review for the Time Meddler, Stephen can hold his own and act when the Doctor is not with him, much like Ian and Barbara could. In fact, Stephen and Vicky are pretty much like Ian and Barbara. The Doctor himself is also acting. He is taking charge and deciding what to do and being more helpful to other beings. Unlike in the beginning, when all he wanted to do, like in the beginning of this series, in the first serial with the Unearthly Child, when he just wanted to all he wanted to do was just not help anyone and get out. It was a good serial, and I liked it. It was a good start for the beginning of the third series. I give it a good 3 stars out of 5. Unfortunately, there are a string of serials not available because of missing episodes. The next one, titled Mission to the Unknown, is a single episode that acts as a prequel to the Daleks' master plan. It involves a group of space security agents trying to warn Earth that Daleks are invading them, but fail. And we see Daleks have taken over a few planets and have representatives from the planet under their control having a meeting with the lead Dalek about their plan. And our TARDIS crew are not in the episode at all, a first. We then have a serial titled The Mythmakers, where the TARDIS group lands during the Trojan War based on the Iliad by Homer. In this serial, the Doctor gives the Greeks the idea to build the Trojan horse. Vicky finds love, and with the Doctor's blessing, leaves to be with her love, King Priam. A woman named Katerina, who's a Trojan servant, gets into the TARDIS with Stephen and becomes the new companion. Katerina believes the TARDIS to be a temple. In fact, when she gets in there, she thought she dies and is being sent to the afterlife. It's kind of funny. Next comes the Daleks' master plan, where the TARDIS crew helps a space security agent try to warn Earth. And like I said, this is a continuation of the episode Mission to the Unknown. Like I said, the Mission to the Unknown is a prequel to this serial. While on a ship, someone holds Katerina hostage in an airlock and makes demands. Katerina sacrifices herself and opens the airlock, killing them both. This marks the first time a companion dies in the series. On a volcanic planet, they run into the monk from the Time Meddler, and they chase through space and time, for the monk wants revenge. To focus on the Daleks, the Doctor sabotages the monk's TARDIS again. The monk ends up on a desolate, icy planet and realizes he cannot control the destination of his TARDIS like the Doctor. The Daleks' plan backfires as the machine they created, called the Time Destructor, ages anything in its range rapidly. Stephen and the Doctor make it to the TARDIS in time, but innocent people and the Daleks outside aged and turn to dust. The time machine loses the time excuse me sorry. The Time Destructor loses control and destroys everything on the planet. The TARDIS is fine. Stephen and the Doctor are sad about the losses of life on this journey. Terrible waste, the Doctor says, and they leave. In this serial, they had a brief companion named Sarah, who unfortunately dies by the Time Destructor. Another first. In the next serial, The Massacre of St. Bartholomew's Eve, the Doctor and Stephen arrive during the troubling times as tensions rise with the citizens of Paris in 1572. As not many like that a Protestant prince is about to marry a Catholic princess. In this serial, William Hartnell plays both the Doctor and a villain. And as a historical moment is about to occur with a massacre of a certain group of people, Stephen and the Doctor depart in the TARDIS. Stephen is upset, for he made friends in this time, and is upset that that they left without helping anyone. The Doctor tells Stephen that history can't be changed and that people have to die. Stephen is so upset he offers a terse goodbye and ventures off when the TARDIS materializes in 1966. The Doctor is alone for the first time and reflects on companions leaving him and his inability to return home. A young teenager named Dorothea, or just Dodo Chaplet, enters the TARDIS thinking it is a real police box, so she can call for help since a small child has been hurt in a road accident. Stephen comes back saying police are arriving, and the Doctor dematerializes with not realizing Dodo is on board. Dodo understands she can't go back, but since she, much like Vicky, is an orphan and has no ties to go back to, or just very little because she says she has an aunt, Dodo becomes the new companion. And the next adventure, The Ark, I will review next. Ta-ta for now, and see you next time.